Inter Milan 2, Spurs 1. Sorry, Flav, we've just been watching the game. Last minute drama. Inter Milan come back from a goal down. It's their first game in the Champions League for 6 years. As I say, we just watched it with Flav from the Fighting Cock. And at the start of the game, the commentators were talking about the selections. And at the end of the game, that's how those selections were going to be judged. Trippier didn't travel. Alderweireld didn't travel. We'll get into your reactions to the goals at the end of the game. Of course, Spurs went into the lead with the Eriksen goal, then Icardi and Vecino scoring for Inter Milan to get them the win. But let's go right to the start of it as we react to this game with the starting lineup. Now, the Spurs squad they've put together a Spurs squad that has real balance in terms of the ability to rotate it, and Pochettino's done that for a long, long time. Can you throw any criticism towards him with the team that he's picked by not picking someone like Alderweireld?
No, because over 90 minutes, I think we were the better team. We should have won that game. I think so. No, you can't. The press will have you believe that there's some sort of issue here, that Alderweireld and Trippier didn't come and play in this game because there's some sort of issue, because that's what they want to believe, because that sells newspapers and all that bollocks. But the fact is, the starting lineup that he put out there more than held their own. Defensively, were very good in the first half. Taking nothing from Inter Milan as well, they pressed really well. It was a good game of football. Both teams had their opportunities. Both teams made huge mistakes as well. But ultimately, you can't throw blame at Pochettino for that result. It was a few individual errors on both sides of the pitch that dictated the result. So no, there's no issue there. The part of the reason why Spurs fans and fans of every club get wound up by a result like that is because I think they feel impacted by the days of press coverage that's going to follow. This is the third game that Spurs have lost on the bounce since Pochettino took over. There's a crisis. There's no crisis. We just played away in the Champions League against Inter Milan, and if it weren't for a moment of absolute inspiration for Icardi and a goal that we probably should have prevented, we'd have won the game. So, look, you can look at it and react badly, and you can go mental like they do on Arsenal Fan TV.
Ooh, come on now.
No, I'm just saying you can do that, or you can look at it pragmatically as a sensible human being and think, actually, we didn't deserve to lose that game. Yeah,
I mean, look, the first half was crap. Both teams were crap. And this is Inter Milan that struggled with the start of the season. They've not got off to a flyer. Spurs started off really well, but of course, back-to-back defeats is going to kind of hurt.
Our results started well, our performances weren't great. This
is
what I'm saying. Is everybody, and obviously there's no way that everybody can look at the performances of a certain team. You can't understand the nuances of Tottenham without watching every game, and why would you be able to do that? I don't know anything about how QPR have been going pretty much this season. But the point is that the results, people obsess over results and don't look at performances.
Okay.
And tonight, the result didn't go Spurs' way, but the performance was good. And
do you think the performance is good?
I think the second half performance was excellent. Yeah, I thought that we could have scored three goals.
I thought this was a great example of a game where you've got a football team that is struggling with a few injuries there. We're getting to the point of the season where the initial adrenaline of the season is kind of going away. You're now into the slog of Champions League, then Premier League. You've got Dele Alli missing a little bit. Son now coming back into the team. And there was a lot of puff and puff in the first half, but there wasn't really any penetration. Spurs had 60% possession, and I think they were very, very comfortable. I'll definitely give you that. And I thought Vertonghen was good. Sanchez came in and was fantastic. I'm a massive fan of his. Ben Davies, I thought, had a poor game. Aurier had a good game and certainly a very good second half.
Yeah.
But what I think it shows is that this part of the season is huge, because at the first sort of 5 games, you're going, oh, it's not a big deal if you win or lose games. You're trying to stay level. But now you're getting to a point where the confidence in the first half, I thought, wasn't where you would want it to be. You get yourselves a lucky goal, and it was a lucky goal.
It was a lucky goal, yeah.
And then you saw what Spurs can be with the confidence that was in the team. And also, Moura coming on as a sub was
yeah, it was huge, yeah. But the first half, what you actually saw was an Inter Milan team full of energy, that was applying the tactics that they have applied under their manager for the last 18 months, in that they have a very high press. They push so hard, so many men forward, there were gaps to be exploited in their midfield. But when a team's fully 100% fit at the start of the game, it's really hard, really, really difficult to play football against other professional footballers who are excellent at doing what they do, and able to apply the tactics of the manager. So the fact that Spurs couldn't play out from the back wasn't any real surprise. As a team at that level, you have to be able to accept the fact that there's going to be times that you're going to be pinned back, because it's just the nature of the game. At this level, that you're not going to get the run of the grass or be able to I don't know what word I'm looking for. Impose yourself. On the team all the time. So we read that moment out and began to get a foothold in the game. And it was fine. Look, that away from home in Europe, that performance was more than good. It was absolutely acceptable. And I won't accept any criticism of Pochettino in this instance. He got his tactics completely right. We should have won the game. We didn't because of a moment of inspiration and a lapse in concentration. That isn't Pochettino's fault. It's just football. It happens.
I agree.
And people who lose their shit over this sort of stuff, I've got no time for. It's embarrassing.
I think you're allowed to have concerns over...
You can have concerns. I'm not talking about concerns. I'm talking about people losing their minds.
I don't think anyone's losing their minds.
I think there's plenty of Spurs fans on Twitter right now losing their shit.
Okay. Well, that's the word, not word of warning, but kind of stay calm is what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, don't be a dick is what I'm saying.
Yeah, don't be a dick, yeah. Because things happen in football. And look, Icardi scored, the first goal was kind of the game changer. And you could kind of hear it in the San Siro that that wave of kind of belief sprang into the team. It was a strange goal just because Icardi wasn't in the centre of the box. He barely touched the ball, but that is football in a nutshell. That sometimes you don't get what you deserve, you just get what you get. And the finish from Icardi was class.
It was undeniably good. It was 9 times out of 10 he doesn't hit the back of the net, but he's a class striker and there's nothing he can do. When the goal went in, I wasn't fuming. I was just like, fuck, what can you do about that?
Yeah.
What can you do about it? And what I would say, the distribution from their left back, Asamoah, it was incredible. He causes problems all game. Look, it is disappointing for Spurs fans. I'm not saying you shouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah, because you've got 89 minutes through the game, and it was job done, wasn't it? It was going to be a tough game. This is a really difficult group that Spurs have got. Well, you've got your goal, and you looked comfortable.
The position we're in now is that we've got to win. We've got to beat in at Milan. We have to beat PSV away, home and away, and we've got to get a draw against Barcelona. But fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Why not? Why not? Because if we can drill out that performance against Barcelona, and the same team can deliver against PSV, we're going to beat PSV home and away if we play like that. Barcelona is like a different kettle of fish altogether. Can you go through with 9 points?
You can go through with 9 points?
Then we're going through with 9 points.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Flav. Surprisingly upbeat.
Lucas Moura. Can I just say one thing about Lucas Moura? Because there was some criticism about him in the second goal. He's not there to defend. It's the kind of weakest part of his game. This kid is superb. Absolutely superb.
If Spurs can get a team that's so good that Lucas Moura can't get in it, and you bring him on as a sub, then you've got something. This is something that I think. Every top six side is going to have a period where they've got a couple of players missing. It feels a bit disjointed, and you're not playing to the levels that you know that you can. But 90% of the job was done, and then things happen.
I think there may be fans out there. There may be fans out there thinking, "Oh, the wheels are falling off at Tottenham," gleefully hoping the wheels are falling off at Tottenham. We're going to be serving up many wallops, many wallops over this season.
Right, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts on Icardi, that goal. Kane, of course, we haven't even spoken about that. He had a chance in the first half. What do you think of him? Have the wheels fallen off? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to Ball Street. Check out all the great content that's on this weekend. I'm going to be chatting to Chris or Paul, one of the Red Men guys, tomorrow about the PSG game. And of course, you got one for the weekend, the best podcast you've never heard of at the end of the week. So make sure you don't miss that. If you don't want to miss that, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you soon.